After over 25 years of marriage, we've learned that successful couples have great friendships, put each other first, and focus on light just as much as love. We believe marriage should be fun and easy.
Our goal is to share our journey with the hopes of helping others build strong, happy relationships. Join us as we continue to create our lives beyond I do.
Do you and your partner want to learn simple ways to grow closer?
Do you and your partner want to grow happier together?
Do you and your partner want to be a unified front?
Do you and your partner want to divorce-proof your marriage?
If you answer yes to these questions, you need to check out our book, Unlock It Forever, 10 Keys to a Successful Marriage Beyond I Do.
Each section focuses on a different aspect of marriage and briefly describes how we handled it in our relationship. At the end of the section, you're given an action step or key to complete with your partner.
These keys are practical steps you can immediately implement in your relationship and help you and your partner be proactive and intentional about your relationship.
You can purchase your copy on Amazon.com.
And until next time, we will holler at y'all. We are not marriage counselors, nor are we mental health professionals. We're just simply sharing y'all how we navigated through our marriage. Now, on with the show. We'd like to welcome you back to the Beyond I Do podcast. We have with us a special guest. Comes to us by the name of Tati Wells. Tati makes sure that she prioritizes her self-care to ensure her mental health is in order. She is a newly married mother of 2. Her passions in life is encouraging and teaching others to do the same using the products she has created under her business, Precise Peace Coordination. We'd like to welcome you to the Beyond I Do podcast, Miss Tati.
Thank you.
You know when I'm all right now.
All right. All right. So, Miss Tati Wells, will you please tell us a little bit about yourself and tell us about Precise Peace Coordination?
For sure. So honestly, I would say back in 2019, I started just going through a healing journey, basically from inside out. I started watching what I ate. I started working out all the time. I was literally doing 5 a.m. at like 5 days a week, 4 to 5 days a week. So really committed to just my overall health. I was in therapy. I literally just did everything I could to get me in order. I realized at that point that, okay, I'm an adult now. Nobody's coming to save me. Whatever I don't like, I need to just change. Everything is within me. I started to really realize like anything I wanted to change or anything I wanted to do in this life, it all came down to me and my decisions and just thinking about my future. So I would say, in 2019, it's pretty much when I started to just get life in order for myself. And then I would say in 2021, going to the end of 2021, I've always been like a person that uses planners. So I was thinking ahead. It was October. I was thinking ahead, like, okay, January is around the corner. I need a new planner. And I think I posted it like maybe on Instagram or something, just sharing my thoughts. And somebody was like, why don't you just make one? Because I've been really creative throughout the years. So people were just like, you should just make one. And I was like, you know what? That's not a bad idea. So literally, I just jumped on it. I just jumped on creating a template and literally making the kind of planner that I knew I needed. I had been using planners for that point, maybe about 10 years. And I just always knew something was missing from them. And for me, it was just that self-care element. Like I can write out, all the meetings, all the times I go to the gym, but really kind of combining everything all in one so that I have something that keeps me accountable. And something special about my planners, they have a mood tracker. So that way throughout the month, I'm able to color in how I'm feeling each day. So I can go back and really look, how was I feeling this month? Because sometimes, after a long 30 days, you really don't remember what day was what. So being able to really go back and see, maybe there was a week something was happening, I can literally look at it and see, okay, this is what was going on. So just using my own planner really just kept me on track. In 2022, I had my first daughter, and she was definitely something I needed, or someone I needed, I should say. She has really just blessed my life, and it's so cool to see yourself in another little person. Like, I can't even explain it, but I know you guys know.
Yeah.
And even with having my daughter, I got married a week before she was born.
Yes.
So I had a lot of change real quick. And now she's only 2. And I have 2 kids now. So it's been a lot of change in, a short amount of time. But I really think just the things I've done to prepare to this point have really been helpful for me, because yes, things are still, I'm still adjusting. Things are not easy, but I think just having that time to be selfish before I had kids, before I got married, really do things that I knew I wanted, that has just helped in this journey. Because now I have, 2 kids, I have a husband, I have a house, I'm still working, I have a business. But at the core, I'm still Tatiana. That's really what, just helped me get through the days, is knowing after all of this, I'm still a woman, I'm still me, I'm still her. So getting back to that has always been, just a beautiful journey for me. So I just use my products literally to keep me grounded, keep me going.
All right.
That's fantastic.
Coincidentally, last Friday we celebrated our anniversary, our 27th anniversary.
Yes, I saw.
And tomorrow, our son turns 27. So
beat him by a week.
We beat him by a week. We understand
exactly
completely.
A week.
And to go from even, and you're pregnant, and especially with your first child, what's about to happen, but you still are in that bubble of it's me and you. And then all of a sudden, there's the 3 of us. Like you said, you're married. There's no time to process that. You have a child, so we get it.
Yep.
Now what we didn't do was turn around and do it right back a second time. Bless you, because both girls, correct? Is that correct? Oh, God. Oh, bless you. So we're gonna continue to keep you in prayer.
Thank you.
We're gonna cover you, because I used to say my son physically has my face. He looks like me. My daughter is my mirror. And there are some things that I can remember. I was getting on to her about her room when she was preteen, probably 12 or so. And I'm telling her, this is disgusting. Girl, why does your room look like this? And then it flashed in my head, my mom telling me the same thing. So that's going to be a fun journey for you.
Yeah.
I can only imagine.
Look, I want to go back, and I'm not going to ask your age, but you said in 2019, there was this realization of adulthood. Were you still in your 20s? Had you hit a milestone birthday, or was there something that happened?
It wasn't, I was still in my 20s. There wasn't a milestone. It was just, I wasn't happy with the way things were going in my life. Just certain situations just made me say, okay, it's time to grow up, because what are you doing? Right. What are you doing? Like, nothing like that was, I would say, life or death situation, but more so just, this is crazy. This is childish. You need to grow up.
Okay. Self-realization is powerful.
So you were sitting like, not saying what you were doing. So you were like sitting in the club and everybody's bouncing around. And you just sitting at the bar with that drink in your hand, like, you know what? This is really silly.
This ain't it. This ain't it. You just start to realize, like, the crowd you in, the things you doing, this is not satisfying me like it used to maybe 5 years ago. I think that's just what it is too. Like, This isn't still college. You got to grow up at some point. You got to do something different. It's time for a change.
That's fantastic.
And
Came to that.
I know that the idea of self-care within the past few years, that's been a very popular thing. And then especially within the Black community, seeking mental health guidance and help has not been a really big thing. So the fact that you have this realization and you have these resources and these this support to go through these things is really awesome, because we grew up in a time where and I think it's still this way to a certain extent, but whatever happens in our house stays in our house.
There you go. That's right.
We grew up, white folks go get help, Black folks go to Jesus.
Right.
And that's it.
And we've come so far in realizing that no, there are physical things that you can point to that attribute to what manifests mentally. And so knowing that you were in a time where you could take control and go to those resources, that's wonderful. Yeah. And so your business, it's Precise Peace Coordination. So you started out, okay, I want a journal, a planner, and I want all of these things in it, suggestion to make it. So how did that creating your planner then grow into your business?
This was end of 2021, I did the planner. And then I would say maybe within the first few months, I was like, you know what? This can go further than just the planner, because the planner was selling so well. Like every time I would do like a pop-up shop, people were like, oh my God, I need this. Or, just like you say, we need this as Black people, we need this. This is time for us to realize, no, this is important. Like we really need this. So I really just started thinking of other ways that I can incorporate self-care into products that weren't a planner. Because I realized everybody might not need a planner, but there's other products that I can make that will be, just as helpful for people. So then I made the coloring and activity book. I made the Pair Care book, which is the self-care guide for couples. That's what you guys have. I have a little notepads to help you get through your day. It has like a little gratitude list on there. Really just trying to think of all different things that people can use. Really just to incorporate that self-care in literally every nook and cranny of your life, because it's so easy for, life to just pass and you're getting worn down. You're not realizing you're burnt out because you're not putting yourself first. You're not prioritizing your self-care for real.
Right.
And I realized how important that is for mental health. So really just thinking of any product that I can make that'll be helpful for anyone.
And as women, especially when you move into the role of mother and wife, we tend to carry the weight of so many things and responsibilities that the planner and things like that are necessary to just keep up with things, but then also adding that element of the gratitude list, the mood tracker, and those things, so that I have this in front of me anyways. At least there are these pieces that kind of help me monitor myself. And you mentioned the Pair Care, a self-care guide for couples. And so I just want to send a shout out to us real quick, because you made us feel like we were somebody. So backstory, there was an email that came in, said hi, and you introduced yourself and you told us about it. And we had Marquise and Taylor on, and we were on their podcast as well. And they are a phenomenal young couple. And so that was the connection. They are in Chicago as well. And so I was like, look, somebody reached out to us. We're famous. So we met, we did our little meet and greet and talked to you, and then we ordered our copy. And we have done some of the activities, and we are doing a separate video of some of the activities and the unboxing of the journal, and we share our thoughts on that video. So after listening to this episode and after purchasing your copy of the Pear Care Journal or a planner from Precise Peace Coordination, then go watch the video.
Yep.
And watch us we the 30-day challenge, we're working on it. We're gonna take that into 2025 with us.
There you go.
The ADHD in me is like, all right, we got 30 days, so every day we need to do something. But then, we forget, or things happen. So, we haven't done one of the challenges.
and one of us is getting old.
Only one. I love that. Only one of us.
One of us.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong.
I'll take that.
One of us is getting wiser. One of us is aging.
I'll take that.
So, and this is, we started this to promote happy, healthy relationships. And so when you reached out to us and giving us a tool that we can share, not only work through ourselves, but share with others that can help strengthen that bond, we were more than happy and excited after we spoke with you and to be able to have this opportunity. So tell us about balancing all of these, because you said your daughter was born in 2022. So, I mean, in a very short amount of time, you have gone from sitting single, realizing I got to do something, to now you're a wife, you're a mother 2 times over. You said you work, you own your own company. Tell us how it is balancing and juggling all of those things.
Other than but God. How do you?
I was gonna say that's the first thing I gotta say, but God, because honestly, man, I would say it's a daily work in progress. Honestly, it's truly taking each day as it is, taking each day for what it is, leaving yesterday at yesterday. Today's a new day. And we gonna get through it. Sometimes my husband and I just look at each other like, we got this. We have those moments where the toddler is being a toddler, the baby crying. I'm gonna start crying in a second because everything can be chaos. But I think I realized too just how beautiful it is to be able to experience this as well. I don't think there are many people that could literally, like say, go from single to married to family of 4 in under 5 years and really see the good in that. I think a lot of people would see it as very, very stressful. And at times it can be, but honestly, I just see just how beautiful my life is, that I get to do all of these things. That's really my phrase is I get to do these things.
Right.
These things aren't happening to me. They're happening for me. Like, I can't even, I'm just blessed, honestly, because yes, there are some days I'm pulling my hair out. Oh, my goodness. But then there are other days that they just make it so easy. And so, when your baby walks up to you and give you a hug, okay, all is forgiven. I don't even care that you wrote on the wall. It's all good. We can wipe it off.
Look, let me tell you something. About that. You brought up something about writing on the wall. Now, we're products of, the 70s and 80s. So, Mom and Daddy had the room that you couldn't go in unless company was there.
With the plastic on it, on the couch.
Yeah, plastic on the furniture, So, when we got together, I just made a decision to say, there are some elements that I wanted to keep from growing up, but there's some things that I just, ain't no need to have no room in the house for company. We don't even see company that much. We don't even
that don't live here.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't even like people like that.
So it's like, we dedicated a room in every house we own to this. This is your look. You can mess this up. Do what you want to do. Get your toys on the floor, whatever you need to do, because we want you to grow up and be you. There's writings on the wall. The daughter drew on the wall. It just created such a level of freedom. So you don't have to just stress over some of that small stuff because it's enough. Raising them,
Oh, yes.
It is enough. So keep that mind frame and don't worry about all that. And look, don't let nobody tell you how to raise your children. You take them from that man to say, okay, all right, I got you. But we're going to talk about this and we're going to make this decision.
Oh, yeah.
I love that you said, sometimes two of you look at each other.
Yeah.
Because that shows that both of you are in it together. And you're going to need that. We still look at each other. And the baby is 23. And we still look at each other like, we did that.
See, I know he's sitting in the other room now looking at the door. She's going to come out there.
That's funny.
So what's the future for precise piece coordination? That's a tongue twister. Tongue twister. But what's the future for precise piece coordination?
Honestly, in the new year, something I've done is made my products digital so people can get them for on the go. Let's see what else we have. I continue just to do workshops. I do like workshops at schools. I do my own events on the side, continue to do pop-ups. Honestly, I just want to be a tool. Honestly, I just want to use my life and this business just as a tool to help in any way that I can. I reach out to, just different places that are near me. Recently, I just reached out to it's a teen mental health lounge. And I'm like, you know what? How can I collaborate with them? If I can get on their calendar, one day a week, one day a month, doesn't matter. I just like to really spread this because this is so important. This mental health thing is not going away anytime soon. I feel like COVID just pushed it to the forefront and I need to keep it going. And honestly, I use this business as part of my self-care. Just the other day, I realized, like, you know what? Let me write out my content for the next month, but I write it out in a way that's, like a cool little flowchart journal. Like, it's just so artsy. And it's like, okay, this is my way of, being creative, but also still getting the work done.
Right.
So honestly, Precise Piece it's my little baby. It's my first baby because it's really keeping me going. Honestly, all the products that I use, they're keeping me going. They're keeping me, through this two little kids. Oh my God, 2 under 3, y'all.
Right. I know you're tired.
We know.
I know you're tired. And your hair is beautiful. You have the little makeup on. I know. You're gonna sleep good.
But
and you sleep good.
That's what I do for me.
Right.
That is what I do for me, honestly. This business is something that I can do for others and do for myself. Tomorrow I'm going to volunteer to I raised money for the last month or so to raise money for the homeless, and I ended up finding out that there is a organization that was already doing homeless but for children. So I basically just brought all the things that I was going to buy. About some thermals, some hats, some gloves, scarves for the kids, and I'm going to go drop that off to them, help them wrap the presents for the kids. And it's like, to me, that is more than enough. Like, I am blessed to be able to do that. And I promise God will just blow your mind when you just sit back and you do what you need to do for yourself. God will provide everything else. So honestly, Precise Pieces is going to do its thing. I honestly try not to even stress like the sales of it. I just try to think about how many connections I make. How many people I impact, whether they buy something or not. I know I am impacting people in a way that, it's priceless.
That's exactly how we feel about Beyond I Do.
Right.
That we know that whoever needs to hear is going to hear. So we get it.
Yeah, the money's going to come. That's down the line. Right now, it's about connections and making a difference in folks' lives. So being that this is a marriage podcast, we would like to hear some of your love story. Like, how this joke came about? How did he walk into your life?
This Joker.
Were you sitting in the club that night and was like, I need to get my stuff together. I think I'm gonna get it together.
I wish it happened like that.
Oh my.
Definitely not the club. This was
That's a good thing.
Yeah, you're right. Definitely not the club. I was actually a math tutor back in college, and my husband was one of my students back then. He was a freshman. I was a sophomore. But honestly, but no, let me tell you, like back then, never looked at him like that. Like I really was looking, just at him as one of my students. I think I had 2 classes at the time, so I had 60 students. You're just one of them at that point. Like you come in for extra help, cool. If not, cool. I'm still getting my check. That's all I'm here for. I would say about fast forward, maybe I don't know, maybe like 6 or 7 years. I used to make Greek paddles because I'm in a sorority. I'm in Theta Phi Beta. And his mom is also a Zeta. So he was like, hey, he reached out because, he had saw I was making paddles on Instagram. He's like, hey, can you make a paddle for mom? I'm like, sure. Again, I know you, but I don't really know you. So you're just a customer to me at this point. Mm-hmm. So I made the paddle, we, exchanged. He got it, cool. And then I would say maybe couple years after that, I saw him again at his job. I was like, you look so familiar. He was like, yeah, you used to be my tutor. I'm like, oh, yeah. Right. Again, not thinking anything of it. Mm-hmm. And then a few years after that, he slid in my DM, the millennial love story. Started it again.
Wow.
Yep, that's we went out to brunch one day and here we are, 2 kids.
Look, now you said 2 kids later, you have 2 girls and y'all gonna try for a boy.
No, I'm done. I'm done.
It.
Nope,
I get it.
I'm cool. I'm good.
Get it. And truth be told, with 2 girls, that's a good choice. That's a good choice.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Start counting up like, okay, everybody need their nails done. It's gonna get real expensive when they're teenagers. Hold on now. We gotta start saving now. This will start adding up real quick.
Either that or get somebody to teach them how to do it.
Look, at this point, because I'm like, okay, we saving money because I'll do the hair, but the nails, we got to get somebody on payroll.
And then, you get an outfit, you have to have shoes to go with the outfit. That was like a wake-up call for us because we had our son first. You get a pair of sneakers, a pair of nice dress shoes, good to go.
Good.
Here, we're good to go. We had my daughter. You got to get sandals, sneakers. You got to
get the bow.
You got to get right. You got to do hair.
A little purse.
I thought that doing hair was going to be our bonding time. I had to stop doing that real quick because I was starting not to like that tiny human. What's wrong with you? It was look.
How many ragged ass ponytails I did? I had to do it for mine. Good. I had some raggedy ponytails, the kind that were pushed up here, like, because I didn't really know what I was doing. But I tried.
That's okay. You tried.
And I will be the first one to tell you, when it came to things like that, I had to learn very quickly. Look, either I want it done my way, so I have to do it, I let him do it, and that lessens my load. So the way that I folded towels, well, no, you
just make sure just make sure when they have picture day that you do it.
Right.
That way.
Look,
you know what I'm saying?
I've gotten hair down to a science now. I've been braiding her hair about a year. Right. Now I know I need 2 snacks ready. I need a show, a favorite show, 3 couches.
There you
go. And we sat for a good hour and a half.
There you go.
And do it in the morning. Boom, we good. Yep. Just be like, okay, husband, you be on standby. You hold other baby down. Y'all go outside. Y'all play. Y'all do something. It's really a tag team in this house because somebody always got to have at least one kid.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love that, and that's a testament to that relationship and that bond, because it is a team. It's a team, and we see so much about relationships and the roles, and I come home and she hasn't done this, or I'm expecting him to do. And
comes home, he come home and he just put his boots on the floor and don't do nothing, don't help the kids. And then he expect to play his video game all night. And I'm like, bro, you got to step
Hold on now.
Right. This is a joint venture.
You complaining about you ain't getting none, but you ain't stepping your game up.
Right. And
she's put the game down and attend to her, help her with the kids, get them to bed early. Y'all might be able to snuggle a little bit, but you know. So I'm glad your husband is on point with that.
It is a team.
Oh yeah.
And it
oh yeah.
At some point, those babies are going to grow up. They are going to dislike you. Then they're going to like you again. Yeah. And then they're going to go off on their own.
They turn on you real quick.
They do. They're going to go off on their own, and it'll be the two of you. And as long as you maintain that idea of we're a team, it makes it easier. Once the girls are gone, you have more in common than just those girls. So that's good to hear that y'all have that solid foundation there.
That foster definitely, because you're gonna have to. It's wonderful to be able to go in the room and be like, baby, I can't stand that thing. Daughter yours. I can't stand that damn son. You know what I'm saying?
Not now it's your daughter, your son.
I'll tell you. Let me tell you what that your friend be the other day.
Tell you about your child.
Them kind of conversations, I don't know how y'all gonna take it. You know what I'm saying?
I love we created two wonderful humans. They are awesome. But sometimes I have to look at him and think, I don't think we were supposed to be procreating, because they don't think they're like that.
We're related somewhere down there.
Yeah, and he won't do. I told him, you need to do Ancestry or 23andMe so we can find out. I don't think we were supposed to be having kids.
Look, I tell my husband all the time, like, these people still ain't come get their kids. They dropped their kids off here. They ain't come get them yet. Because we are so childish sometimes. It's like, we the adults of the house. Somebody need to call the adults home, because it can't be us.
Remember that day at the hospital? They was like, all right, y'all get ready to go home.
Yep.
You sending them home with us?
Right. We did.
Do y'all know what y'all do?
We got in the car and I looked at him. They letting us take him for real.
It's real.
They not coming with us? We can get a nurse to go home?
Right. And to this day, I'm like, we are, in fact, I turned 50 this past June. And so there are moments throughout the day, random days, that I'll look at him and go, I'm 50. Or I'll look at him and go, we've been together for 27 years. And
longer than you've been alive.
It still just blows my mind that we're out here masquerading as full-grown adults. So
we all friends. Don't nobody know what the hell they doing. Don't nobody know what the hell they doing.
Right. That right there.
Tell you.
I just sometimes I'm like, you know what? I just don't think this is what it was supposed to be. But then there are other times, like you said, there are other times when I sit back and I'm like, you know what? This is beautiful.
Yeah.
And thankfully, those times outweigh the other ones.
Yeah.
But sometimes, there was a song that came out a while back, Earth is Ghetto. Sometimes I feel that within my spirit, and I'm like, I really don't think this is where it was supposed to go. So
you touched on something. You said how nobody knows what they're doing, and honestly, like, that has been probably the best part about parenting, that
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm okay with not knowing, because I ain't never had a 2-year-old. This is my first time doing this.
Exactly.
I ain't never had a 2-year-old and an infant at the same time.
Look,
So I don't know what I'm doing.
we ain't done.
Exactly.
So
That's how backwards the world is. You know, you're such and such is a trained professional, and this person is a trained professional. It don't matter how much training that you think you got. You may have been in school for all them years. You got all that training. When you got on that dang job, you didn't
Still
use
have
half of that stuff. Some of that stuff you got from your upbringing, home. Dealing with other people. So.
And I'll be the first, like with our son, and he holds it against us a lot. But I've had since as long as he could understand, I've had to explain to him, baby, we became parents when we had you. This is all new to us.
Yep.
I'm sorry this didn't turn out the way that we thought it would. But as adults, we had to come together and make a decision. And so even now, there are things that we talk about with them, and I've never had a problem apologizing to them if done something wrong or whatnot, because we're learning. And so when he looks at differences between how we did things with him and then with his sister, and then we adopted 2 children, so when we do things different, he says that we're treating them better or that we're showing favoritism. Like, no, baby, we're learning.
Yeah, we learned from
right.
Yeah.
You are watching us improve.
A little bit better.
And I am so sorry that you were the guinea pig. However, we were just learning. So.
And look, you got to watch them doggone family members. They're going to come to you and try to give you advice. But they older than you. Just look at their kids and be like,
talking about, look, I don't need no parenting advice from you, honey, because I see how your kids turn out.
Junebug mama, because Junebug mama.
Look, I'll listen, but I'm not implementing none of that. Okay, because
I'm gonna sift through. I'm gonna sift through. Thank you so much, Miss Tati, for joining us on the Beyond I Do podcast. We so appreciate you. We have enjoyed meeting you and learning about precise peace coordination. We will make sure to link our video with our unboxing to this episode. For those listeners who would like to learn more about precise peace, where can they find you?
They can find me at precisepeacecoordination.com. I'm on Instagram under Precise Peace. I also am doing a kind of another Instagram link to Precise Peace, but it's more about being a mom and dedicating time to me again. So that is the Me Time Mama on Instagram. I think that's all of my handles right now.
And I love that you're doing that. I love that young moms, new moms can come and see it's not just me. They can understand I'm not alone in this. There's someone who understands. So we appreciate that.
You don't have to, like, as far as you and your husband, date nights, forget all that date night stuff. Just get in the car.
Sorry.
Y'all just get a babysitter sometimes and go to the grocery store together. Go to Walmart and walk around without the children. That's a hell of a date.
Right.
You're not wrong. Sometimes we do.
These babies, look, we just need to go to the store by ourselves.
Okay, because that right there is self-care. Not having to, manage 2 little ones while grocery shopping.
Right.
You actually can get everything you wanted to get.
Right. That's the
Ain't nobody asking for nothing. Mama, can I get this?
That's the thing. People talk about date nights and this, that, and the other. That adds another level of stress and planning. Because I have to make arrangements for the babies, and then I got to figure out what to wear. By the time I do all of that, I am even more tired than I was before. Like you said, that child-free trip to the grocery store.
Oh, yes.
That is
Unmatched.
yeah.
Thanks for joining us on this episode of the Beyond I Do podcast.
Please make sure to like this episode and also subscribe to our podcast. You can also find us on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at the Beyond I Do podcast.
And until next time, we will holler at y'all.